I feel like we have all had a boss that was probably pretty crappy to work for, but maybe we haven't exposed them on TikTok like these people did.
This bad boss wants his employees to die of thirst. Fortunately, there's a federal law against this, and he put it in writing so we can get that sweet class action money. No drinks are permitted up front unless you have a doctor's note for water. Ooh, you messed up big, boss. Federal law requires you to provide potable drinking water in amounts adequate to meet the health and personal needs of each employee. Doesn't say anything about requiring a doctor's note, does it? But violating OSHA wasn't enough, so we're gonna slap a retaliation charge on top of that. First incident will be a roining, second will be a write-up. You cannot discipline employees for drinking water.
What?
You cannot forbid employees from having access to water. And you sure as heck can't violate OSHA just because you want to play king for a day. Stuff like this is why I became an employment lawyer, and it's why I love suing bad bosses.
What a dumb move on your end to especially have that in writing. Like, you genuinely typed that up with confidence, thinking like that you would get away with that and that that was reasonable?
This better not be the reason that I go viral. But at my one company that I used to work at, we bought a new building. And so we hired movers to move all our furniture from the one building to the other. And the movers wouldn't move our one boss's desk without bubble wrapping it from like top, bottom, middle. They used so many rolls of bubble wrap. And we were charged a lot of money to move that desk because there was all underneath his desk. And we knew his door was always shut, and we knew to knock and wait at least 5 seconds for him to zip up. We all knew this. I should have left, and I waited way too long.
Toxic? That is more than a toxic work environment. That is illegal and disturbing, and oh my gosh.
Telling off your bad boss, there's no mercy here. Will, please call me as soon as you can. I received your email. I understand you're upset, but resigning is not the best choice here. You made your point. You can have today off if you call me and let me know when we can expect you. This is ridiculous. Do you know what this will do to the company and me? Just call me and we will figure out your vacation, but we need things done by Friday. Why won't you answer your phone? Your wife too? HR needs to talk to you.
You called their
Just
wife?
like the meeting. If this doesn't get done, we'll be penalized, and that comes out of bonus and pay increase. That'll be on you, and everyone will know. By now, we're assuming you resigned because you were losing your vacation. Call me by 3, and we'll roll it over to next year. But you still need to work Thursday and Friday. Kurt sent a corrupt file, and we used your documentation to process it manually. You gotta help us. Call me. Dude, log in and help us. Fix this. Name your price. People's jobs are on the line. I'll be happy to return for $80 an hour, $5,000 immediate sign-on bonus, and 6 weeks PTO. Send that in writing and I'll get started right away. Come on, I don't get paid that much. Why do you deserve it? Knock it off and be a team player. Save this company. Pick up your phone. I need to know the reports. We don't want to get fined. Not even a counter offer? No one knows how to fix this. Log back in. Fix Kurt's mistake. We are family too, you know. Stop calling my dad. He has nothing to do with this. I resigned. I didn't die. We called your emergency contact to make sure you're okay.
Oh my
Congrats,
God.
Will. You cost the firm $19K. Lesson learned. Now pick up your phone and we'll talk a reasonable offer. But you need to fix this now. Here are your priorities. Fix the daily reports, complete the integration, train the team as a backup. How long will it take to do this? What do you mean? I resigned today. I don't have priorities or projects. If you want me to return, I gave you my offer.
This company sounds like utter chaos and mayhem. You are doing too much, calling their wife, calling their father, like, bro, what are you doing? Red flag.
So something like this actually happened to my fiance recently. So my fiance ended up getting like this amazing job opportunity, and she went back to her old job to put in her 2 weeks when they actually said, hey, can we keep you on as like a part-time worker, and you can just come in like twice a month at your discretion to keep your employment, but we'd like you to stay. So I helped her formally draft up a 2-week notice for her like site lead, because the person that offered her the like part-time position was a part of HR, and the site lead literally tried to schedule her for like 3 weeks plus after.
This is where you gotta read the fine print in contracts. Let me tell you, I'm one of those people when it comes to like terms and services, I don't read shit and I hit accept all, whatever, but gotta read the contracts.
This one's hilarious because the guy isn't even an employee. Hey Caleb, I just learned you weren't on the morning call today. How come? Yeah, dude, I was asleep. I basically never joined those. Going forward, morning meetings are a requirement to be employed with us. I expect you to be there tomorrow at 9 a.m. Man, that sucks for you guys, but I'm not an employee. My contract says nothing about required hours or daily meetings. And don't you just love the upside down smiley face there? You really need an attitude adjustment. If you are on the next call, you're fired. Fire me if you want, but you still have to pay me through the 18th regardless, and so I'm definitely sleeping in tomorrow. And you guys really need to read the contracts that you have as signed. Pretty wild stuff in there. Do I detect a whiff of backpedaling forming here?
Please call me.
No.
That was someone who has read and understood their contract. Good on you.
What's the most toxic thing a leader at your company has ever said to you?
Do I have a story for you?
Oh!
First up out of college, I was making 30 grand a year with the promise that, hey, you come in, you do really well, we'll give you a raise. So I put my head down for the year. I made the company $500,000 in profit, which was very big for a small company,
Jeez.
small staffing agency, and expected a raise. I go and ask for my raise. They bumped me to $35,000 a year. Punch in the face. Everyone in management, the owners of the company, all had brand new cars around Christmas. Like, they had record high profits. And I wasn't even worth a livable wage. So I end up getting a job off of LinkedIn. Like, just fell into my lap. The stars aligned. So I took the job because it was 20 grand more. I go in to put in my 2-week notice. The president of this company sits there for 2 hours belittling me and telling me how I'm going to go nowhere with my life. And the icing on the cake, had my work husband, who was a lovely, lovely human being. And we met for drinks, and I had told him ahead of time about me leaving. And I found out he was making $18,000 more than me. 18 grand, and he didn't have even close to the numbers I did. He told me that. So not only was I underpaid, but every male in my department was making more than I was, and I didn't know it. So for that president to sit there and tell me how useless I am, waste of time. And funny enough, this was years ago, he would look at my LinkedIn profile every so often, and now I have since been blocked, but he still would look at it all the time.
What a little
So here's a reminder, people are always going to hate you, but the fact that he still thinks about me all the time, bless your heart, Jim. Hope you're doing well.
Jim! We have a name! I love when they give us just a little bit more juice. Jim. Hope you're well, Jim. We see it all the time. This is what happens. If you underpay good employees, you're gonna lose them.
Tell me about a time where your boss was an utter dead.
So I've got a pretty juicy story for this. At the start of 2021, I left a pretty secure job for a job in the esports community, and it was to produce a new show, which basically was like Gogglebox meets gaming. Pretty fun idea, and we had some great celebrities lined up. Ooh. Everything was going really well. It was a small team, it was a startup company, and it was basically my dream job. And I had the flexibility of like working from home because we didn't have a studio, and we're all based around the country. And at the time, my boss seemed to just be like, you know what, I employ people who do their job really well so that I don't have to do my job. That bullshit. So after months of prep and planning, blah, 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 it got to May. Yeah. And we had filmed the first episode, went live, everything was great. I'm ready for the second one. And that's where things started to go very wrong. I did something that my boss didn't seem to like. I did an edit of a video that went out on social media. It didn't even go out anywhere. I followed his list of like what he wanted and stuff, and oh my god, hell broke loose. And I was then just bombarded with so many insults to my character and to my work ethic. But these weren't just like normal like negative feedback you get on a piece of work. These were just disgusting comments. I got things like, you would make my dead dad roll over in his grave, you are beige, I just don't think you're very creative, you're not a creative person, blah 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 blah. And because of all that, I decided that, you know what, there were things that he said that I just can't even get out of my mouth because it's just so grim what he said. But I called my mum and my dad, and I was like, I cannot work for this man. This is insane. Over one very small thing, he has just blown up at me, and I just cannot work under these conditions. Things then got worse from that.
Oh my gosh.
He said because it was a Sunday, I couldn't quit, and my 1 week's notice didn't count And because of me wanting to hand in my notice, he was actually going to extend it so that I had to work 4 weeks.
What?
Even though in my contract it said 1 week was fine, he said, I don't care. I'm going to make you work 4 weeks. No. I'm going to hire a private investigator because I think you've been looking for other jobs. I don't trust you. Even more insults thrown my way, everything. It was hell. He would call me every single day to the point where I was so anxious when I saw his name pop up on my phone, I would throw up and I'd have to call him back. He then forced me to get everything ready for the second episode because I would have put the whole team in trouble, like all this teamwork malarkey that he was throwing at me. Got everything ready for the second episode, arrived on set with everyone. He didn't even turn up. The whole company went under. He knew it was going under. He didn't pay any of us and left.
I knew there was more to the story. I'm like, this is something that's going on with him, like internally, like personally. He's got some issues happening in his own life. Well, that's it. Your company is going to shit.
Unfortunately, your creative skills aren't quite there. You're not the most creative. I think it's quite. I use the word beige in creative.
You think I've been looking for other jobs? You think
that's not lying?
But you think I'm lying that when I say I haven't because I said I haven't, and you think I am?
I've got to take a position on it. You know, I have to take a position on it. Why would you quit a £30,000 a year?
Because I'm not happy, Leo. Oh. I would have to send you a letter.
And it's a week minimum. I'm actually going to make it 4 weeks.
I got it at like 1 a.m. Sunday morning.
Why didn't you send it to us?
Because I'm conscious it's 1 a.m. Sunday morning. You said it's not a work day, so...
No. When someone quits, it's not a work day.
Right.
What happened at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m.?
I was asleep.
Right. Maybe this is a lifestyle thing. It shows me you have no care for anyone moving forward.
I do.
If anyone asks about you, you probably give up too easily.
I don't, because I don't want to fight on it or anything like that. That's why I'm saying
because I'll be coming hard.
I don't want that to happen.
What's going to happen? Because I think you've lied. And I think you've been looking for jobs in my time, and from Wednesday. Let me finish. Wednesday to Friday, I don't know where you were.
I'm sweating. I am so happy that we got to witness that. She was so polite and calm and quiet. Let me tell you, I would have been very different in that meeting. Girl, no. This is just a power trip, girl. You need to stand up for yourself.
Imagine having to wear a wire against your boss, your boss's boss, and their boss. Back in 2012, there was a murder. I was on the SORT team and had to escort the FBI. FBI's doing their thing. I'm like, yo, is that your pal? He's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, you can't have that here. I escort him out. And I tell the warden and captain, and they're like, okay, don't say anything. And they look sick. I go back to my office, and the captain is in my locked office. She says, this can go one of two ways. One, if you're a team player, we can help promote you. Two, you work in a very dangerous environment, and things happen here. I need you to really think about your next course of action. I said, okay, I need to think about it. She left. I called OIG, and they said to me, somebody's going to go to jail. Who's it going to be? Now I'm sick, and I'm stressed. Will you wear a wire? Do my thing, trying to catch them in fibbing. After that, things got bad at work for me. I almost lost my family. My health declined. People that I've known for 12 years up to that point stopped talking to me, calling me a snitch. I lived in a cul-de-sac, and cars would drive by my house.
That was way more dramatic than I ever expected it to be. I feel like we just got an entire movie plot, the whole thing, in 3 minutes.
Y'all, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I'm scared. Like, I'm getting red flags. I'm starting a new job on Monday, and I'm here for orientation. And the first red flag is it's at his house. Like, I'm supposed to be helping this guy, like, be a secretary. He's a very busy guy, lots of Zoom calls, meetings, all sorts of stuff. Okay, fine, but why are we at your house? Like, this is scary. Y'all, I just went in and just ran back out because dude is not wearing pants, number 1. Number 2, he says, make me a sandwich. What? Number 3, hands me a schedule that I'm supposed to just keep up with a Zoom meeting. Y'all about to watch a girl quit over the phone. Hey, my name is Jennifer and I was here for a job. I'm not doing this at all. Yeah. Yeah, this is Ellis's mom again. Yeah. Please, 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 please. No, no, no. I don't want to do this. I don't want to homeschool. Please. No, 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 please. I don't want to. Please. No, I don't want to. Please, please. No.
You had me going this whole time thinking that this was actually like a job interview and there was some creepy man. No, it's a joke about her kid and she used to be a mom and she used to homeschool. Forget it. Y'all be tripping. All right, guys, these were some entitled bosses. If you have a story of your own, let me know in the comments. You can keep it anonymous for legal purposes. I understand. I'm getting out of here. Keep it classy, keep it sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.